Alternative education is a blanket term describing a variety of teaching and school designs that differ from the mainstream traditional school culture.
So why is alternative education needed and what makes it work?
Why alternative high school works for me is because it gives me a second chance for success.
And I think it works because I never fit into any specific clique. I wasn't a nerd, I wasn't a jock, I wasn't one of the things they try to put you into, but now that I am my own puzzle piece, so to say, and everybody else is their own, and we all come together to make an awesome picture of awesomeness.
The thing about alternative schools is it's smaller and there's less students, so people feel more comfortable with anxiety, such as myself.
For me, it's easier because there's less students, and also along with that, most of the students are a lot alike and understand the anxieties and the troubles of schooling.
The reason alternative high school works for me is because the environment and the people surrounding me make it easy and comfortable to learn.
Alternative education works for me because at my old school there were a lot of people and the curriculum was very difficult for me and it went too fast. But here you can kind of move at your own pace, and that's it's easier for you to graduate.
The reason why alternative high school works for me is because the schedule is flexible enough so that way I can make my own life choices.
The reason that alternative high school works for me is because the teachers get really in touch with the students and are legitimately concerned about our well-being.
The reason why alternative education works for me is because the teachers actually care about you and work with you.
And the reason why alternative high school works for me is because students want acceptance and respect for who they are and who they want to be.
To understand the power of alternative education, it is important to look at what makes a successful program.
Component 1, school environment.
Alternative high schools provide an opportunity for students who have not been successful in a traditional setting to come in and feel engaged in a curriculum, in an environment where they feel safe and they feel like there are people that care about them and who really want them to be successful. So we have a warm and inviting atmosphere here. We have lots of supports. We have a food bank. We have teachers who generally care about their students. We have small class sizes, and it's generally a smaller school, smaller student population. So students who do have a lot of anxiety or working through ADHD, depression, either types of other kinds of mental illness or family situations, that they do feel very comfortable and safe coming to school.
Component 2, structure.
I think an alternative high school setting should have really good structure. In fact, in our high school, we go with the mantra of more structure, not less. So students actually know what's expected of them, and we take this very large hill for them to climb towards graduation, and we chunk that down into measurable, what we call mini terms, about 4 to 5 week periods of time where students then are enrolled in coursework, complete that coursework, and receive credit on their transcript. Also at this time is when we bring in new students. New students are only eligible to come through a referral process through our school district. When they're referred here and accepted, then they have a 4-day required orientation that we call Quick Start. When the students complete the Quick Start at the same time as our continuing students are finishing a mini-term, so that all students then begin the following mini-term together. No students are ever behind. They never feel like they've missed out because each mini-term begins and ends with appropriate coursework, tests, whatnot, so that every new student feels like they come in ready to start fresh and they've not missed out on anything. With this type of a program in place, we only take new students every 4 to 5 weeks throughout the school year. Beginning about the 1st of February, we no longer take seniors. It's a case-by-case basis, because if we have seniors that want to come in at that point in time, they have to be eligible to graduate, or there's no reason for us to take them, because our goal is to graduate all of our students.
Component 3, expectations.
We require all of our students to achieve a mastery level of 80% or higher in all of their coursework before they're eligible to receive credit and grades. Students are required to attend 90%. We know that this is a major issue for most of our alternative students, is that through attendance we know that they can be successful if they will just come. There are some foundational pieces we feel are very important to make our alternative setting successful for our students. The first is we require a mandatory parent meeting where parents buy into our program so that they have a full understanding of the expectations. The second is we introduce all of our parents and our students to some founding principles we have. We call them the pyramid of interventions. The base of the pyramid, which is a tier 1, is where we expect all students to remain and have access to all of our programs and services. This is our goal, to keep all students at that lower base of the pyramid. On occasion, a student might rise to level 2, which would require an intervention from the teacher or perhaps from an administrator. It might be a contract for attendance or for credit earning. A level 3 tier requires more support services, which we also provide, including social workers, might be a school health nurse, or it might be a resource officer, administrators, or parents, where we meet together as a team, make some decisions about what will help that young person be successful. And on occasion, a student might rise to the top of that pyramid, or what we call a tier 4. And at that point, maybe this isn't the right program or the right timing for our program. So we give students an opportunity to look at other programs and services that are also part of the alternative setting in our school district.
Component 4, support.
We have a number of support systems to help our students academically. Every week we hold a local case management at the end of the week on Friday, so the students have a shortened day. The faculty stay and we look at all the students that week who have struggled academically or with attendance, and we put into place an appropriate intervention to meet that student's needs beginning the next Monday. On occasion, those students might have to look at after-school program where they might be able to pick up some credit retrieval, or we have a lunch makeup program where they're required to stay in at lunch and work with our tutor and get their work caught up. We also have a mandatory teacher consultation Friday afternoons. So when the students are excused on Friday from the regular classes, we hold an additional 40-minute flex period where teachers are in their rooms and students are expected to go to those teachers to make up any missing work or to redo any assignments that are less than 80%. Students who fall below that 90% attendance, we put into place some safeguards to help them understand how important attendance is, and over a period of a mini-term, they may have an attendance contract. We might actually send out a family resource facilitator from our local Davis Behavioral Health to check on the student and have a well visit, a safety visit to make sure everything is safe at home. We can also provide food for the family and transportation. We make sure that transportation is not a barrier. So with those things in place, we generally look at the students' attendance, and if there are still issues with attendance, we might have a parent meeting and try to figure out what else we can do to help that young person attend.
Finally, the most important component, vision. We call it alternative vision. This vision is the ability to see people for what they can be and not just who they are.
Before I put these glasses on you, I would like to inform you we have removed the lenses on the left. We want you to experience both standard and alternative vision at the same time.